A country that often attracts attention for the beauty of its people is Sweden. Many consider Sweden to be a country of attractive individuals, especially women. This is partly due to the ethnic and cultural diversity of the country, which results in a blend of physical features and styles. Sweden has received many immigrants throughout its history, particularly from neighboring countries such as Finland, Norway, and Denmark, but also from other regions of Europe and the world. According to the official website of Sweden, around 19% of the population has foreign origins. This diversity can result in people with highly attractive characteristics, such as tan skin, blonde hair, light or dark eyes, among others. This mix may have contributed to the formation of a population with different types of beauty. Furthermore, while learning Swedish may not be in your plans, it is said to be one of the easiest languages to learn. However, the majority of people in Sweden can speak English fluently, and many are completely fluent. Most of the Swedish population has a high level of proficiency in English, as the language is taught in schools and recognized as an essential skill for professional development. Sweden is one of the oldest nations in the world, with a history of 1,000 years. Founded by Erik the Victorious in 970, it is the 8th oldest kingdom on the planet. Since 1917, the country has been a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy. Forests cover 2/3 of the Swedish territory, which amounts to approximately 23 million hectares, almost the same size as the United Kingdom. Half of these lands belong to private individuals, while the other half belongs to private companies. However, Swedish law governs forest management and ensures protection and reforestation after logging. Sweden has over 95,000 lakes where bathing is allowed. Most of these lakes are clean and vary in size, from small ponds to large lakes. The population of Sweden is about 10.3 million people, almost double that of Norway and significantly larger than Denmark, which has a population of approximately 5.8 million. In terms of waste management, only 1% ends up in landfills, while 50% is recycled or composted, and 49% is incinerated for energy production. While this is great news, it also presents a challenge as there isn't enough waste to keep the incineration plants running. Therefore, Sweden imports waste from other countries like Norway and the United Kingdom to generate energy and even receives payment for it. During Christmas, Coca-Cola takes a back seat as the preferred holiday beverage in Sweden is a carbonated drink called Julmust. While many countries enjoy traditional festive drinks like eggnog and mulled wine, Julmust is a non-alcoholic fermented malt beverage with a surprising and popular taste among Swedes. For a few months, all other soda brands almost disappear from the shelves, while a particular beverage, available during Easter, reappears in a different bottle. Outside of these times, it's almost impossible to find this drink. After the Korean War, North Korea, in search of renewal, started calling itself a paradise and embarked on large engineering projects, using machines bought from the West. Sweden was one of the first countries to jump on this bandwagon and establish trade relations. The people of this paradise desired luxury vehicles to drive, so in the 1970s, they ordered 144 luxury cars from Sweden. The first of them was delivered in 1974. However, it became evident that North Korea either couldn't or didn't want to pay for these vehicles. Instead, they simply let the bills accumulate, and to this day, the debt remains. Annually, Sweden continues to send invoices, but the debt amounts to about 300 million euros. It is unlikely that payment will be made as long as the current regime remains in power. Nevertheless, they are ensuring that the debt is never forgotten. Living in northern Sweden during the winter can be challenging when there are less than 5 hours of daylight for consecutive months. Seasonal affective disorder, SAD, is a type of depression that arises due to the lack of sunlight and affects many people in the far north of Europe. To combat this, a city in Sweden has installed light boxes and bus stops that provide a bit more sunlight during the dark winter days for people waiting for public transportation. Sweden may not be the first place you think of when it comes to space exploration, but it plays an important role in the astronomical field. It has the largest scale model of the solar system in the world. The model starts in Stockholm and is so vast that it's difficult to walk through entirely. There are even landmarks representing the end of the solar system. Most Swedes live in urban areas. In 2018, many of them had unhealthy habits or were obese. However, you can find the highest number of McDonald's restaurants per capita in all of Europe, indicating that there is no shortage of fast food in the country. In recent years, several fast food chains have attempted to establish themselves in Swedish cities, but most of them have not been successful. Since the inland ice receded about 10,000 years ago, there has been land uplift in various parts of Sweden, with the most significant uplift occurring in the high coastal area and the land of Angermanland. The land uplift has been over 800 meters since the glacial period. Currently, the highest elevation of the terrain is about 9.2 millimeters per year. When it comes to Sweden, it's inevitable to think of famous brands known for their design. Swedish design is known for its emphasis on sustainability and functionality and has influenced global consciousness over the past century. Swedes appreciate things that look good and are simple. If you're visiting or studying in Sweden, you may want to take some of the local design with you. Be on the lookout for unique finds from local artists, interior design, and smaller fashion brands. In Stockholm, you can visit Design Street, located in the trendy neighborhood of Södermalm. Among all the things Sweden is known for, the freedom to be yourself is an important characteristic for those living or studying in the country. The Church of Sweden has a Lutheran tradition but has been separated from the state since the beginning of the millennium. In Sweden, it's possible to find a variety of religions represented, in addition to different Christian denominations. There is also the presence of Buddhism and a significant Jewish community. In fact, the Jewish language is recognized as one of the 5 minority languages of Sweden. However, not everything is rosy. Sweden is a country that has received many immigrants in recent years, especially from conflict regions such as the Middle East and Africa. This situation has led to some social issues in the Scandinavian country, including increased crime, inequality, individualism, racism, and discrimination. A report released by the Swedish National Council for Crime Prevention in September 2021 brought concerning results about crime in the country. This has sparked intense debate about immigration in Sweden. According to the study, foreign-born individuals and their children are 2.5 to 3 times more likely to be considered suspects of a crime compared to individuals born in Sweden. If you've made it this far, it means you really enjoyed the content. So, share this text with more people. I hope to see you in the next text that is being displayed on the screen.